We have two breaking news stories this afternoon. First, we start in Schenectady, where a mother has been sentenced in the death of her infant son. Heaven Pileski will spend 15 years in jail, followed by 5 years post-release supervision. CBS 6's Heather Kovar was in court. And Heather, you also spoke with her aunt. How is the family reacting to this news?
Yes, well, I spoke with her aunt, Lisa Dutcher, and she told me that she prayed for 25 years behind bars, but she says the family will just have to be happy with 15. Now, Dutcher is the woman who was instrumental in getting CPS and police to look for the baby's body when she knew he had gone missing. Today's sentencing follows a plea deal where Pileski pleaded guilty to murdering her son, Rayan. It was a compromise, as the prosecution says the boy's body was so badly decomposed they could not get a cause of death. However, DNA was found on the pillow that he was buried with.
A second day of closing arguments underway in the trial against NXIVM co-founder Keith Raniere. CBS 6's JT Fetch is live in Brooklyn, joining us from the courthouse. Good afternoon, JT.
Good afternoon, Melissa. And earlier this morning, Raniere's defense team actually wrapped their closing arguments. Quite a contrast to yesterday's closing arguments from the prosecution. That was a marathon, 4 hours of talking in which Keith Raniere was labeled as a crime boss, a predator, and it was, I should say, a con man and a predator and a crime boss. I wanted to get that quote direct and accurate because that was exactly what the prosecution is saying. Now, in court this morning,
New York is now the 13th state to authorize driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. Governor Cuomo signed the green light bill last night following its approval by the state Senate. Despite having some concerns, immigration officials could now use those licenses to target immigrants for deportation. This, of course, has been a controversial bill in the legislature. All Republicans in the Senate and 7 Democrats voted against it. Those who support it say it will keep families together.
To me, this is a moment that speaks to the humanity of New Yorkers. We have finally moved into the 21st century here in Albany.
Attorney General Tish James also supporting the law, saying her office will put up a fight if this bill is challenged in court. Massachusetts lawmakers are discussing a bill that would allow a woman to have an abortion after the state's 24-week cutoff. The Roe Act would amend state law for pregnancies that show fatal fetal anomalies. Abortion is allowed after 24 weeks to preserve the life and health of the mother. The new law would also get rid of requiring teens to get permission from a parent to have an abortion. President Trump officially kicking off his 2020 re-election campaign tonight. He's expected to speak at a rally in Orlando around 8 o'clock. Trump has been planning to run for re-election since he took office. His campaign filed an official notice with the Federal Election Commission the day he was inaugurated in 2017. His announcement comes after recent polls found him trailing several potential Democratic opponents in a hypothetical election. A former Major League player is in the Capital Region. What famous anniversary he's celebrating for the Mets. And promoting boating safety everywhere, how pledging to wear it could save your life. The State Sheriff's Association and the Mohawk Hudson Yacht Clubs are putting their support behind the Wear It campaign. It promotes the value of consistently wearing a life jacket when out on the water. The Coast Guard says 3 out of every 4 recreational boating deaths in 2017 were from drowning, and nearly 85% of those people were not wearing a life jacket. The campaign includes a program that loans out life jackets.
It's a loaner program for life vests. Make sure if you don't have them on there, you can go to one of the yacht clubs, go to one of the sheriff's boats. You can borrow them in hopes of passing them on and then returning them to a local yacht club or one of the sheriff's patrol boats that are out.
Sheriff Craig Apple also says it's important that we continue a safe boating message until safety becomes second nature to everyone who sets out onto the water.